Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Expanded View, episode number 13, today on November 9th, 2020. Thank you so much for being here. I'm your host, Alara Canfield, along with my co-host,
Kimberly Crow.
It's been an interesting time. I feel like we haven't done a show in forever, but things are changing so much, right? There's so much change right now in our lives, in just in the world, right? So how are you doing, Kimberly?
Yeah, I think it's a great time for new beginnings and to be the light during that time period.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting. I mean, there's a lot of chaos going on right now in uncertainty, in humanity. But the thing is, I just keep getting to stay out of all of that, be in your heart, and know that you came here to be here at this time we call now, and that that's the most powerful thing we can do is hold the light during the changes. If we can be stable and not add into the chaos, then to me that is the service that we came here to be.
Right, and it's like stay away from the chaos, but it's more about be true to yourself, raise your vibration, keep that higher vision of your life that you would like to have, and stay with that the best you can, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Stay with that the best that you can.
Yeah. Be with as much ease as you can muster, right? And with as much ease as you can manage, even, right? So I know this past week has been crazy with the elections and all that wonderful stuff in the US. But also, some of you have heard about the terrorist attack here in Vienna, Austria.
Yeah, I saw where you marked yourself safe. And then I looked it up when I saw you marked yourself safe. I thought, oh no, what's happened?
Right? Yeah. So it's been a crazy time. And so then we were supposed to move eventually, but we decided when that happened, it was like, yeah, let's just move now, So we're in between places, which is okay, right? And but it's all good. It's all good. And and that's a part of it is also about that, going with the flow, trusting your intuition, trusting your guidance, but always remaining above the chaos, above the drama, above the story, right? And really tapping into again and again and again, what do I want? What do I want to create? What do I want to experience? Right? What works for me?
Yeah, that's how we change the story, don't you think? Is that's how we change it, is to drop into our heart, be in our place of peace, and then, ask for the next step, the next creation. What's your role? How I just got when I said that, that it's like how to be kind and kind to yourself. And that when we're kind to ourselves, then we're kind to the rest of the world.
Absolutely.
And that if we
automatically, right?
Hold that place of that's, we can say gratitude and grace and stuff, but I just heard the word kindness. And that it's that simple. It feels like kindness is, it's just simple. That there's a simplicity to it and that it can be that simple. I can really feel that in my heart. It's bringing tears to my eyes.
And what is kindness, right? It's about, being true to you, honoring you, nurturing you, loving yourself, not having judgment, not having unrealistic expectations, right? And always choosing what works for you and what's right for you. That's kindness. Honoring you and your body and your experience. That's kindness. Instead of always going into judgment, right? I mean, let's face it. I tend to go into judgment, or I used to go into judgment a lot. I don't as much anymore, but I used to go into judgment a lot. And that's not kind, right? That's not kind to us. That's not kind to our body. That's not kind to even like to spirit, source creator, when we are judging our experiences, second guessing sometimes our experiences, not being grateful. That's also not being kind. Right?
Yeah, I noticed that with myself this morning, that all of a sudden I felt like I had some kind of energy shift, and that like last night I thought, oh my God, I had all day. I didn't get anything done. It was beautiful outside. I could have done this. I could have done that. So I was doing the couldas to myself, just about regular life, And I felt that heaviness with that energy when we start doing that to ourselves. And then I go to the chiropractor lots of times on Monday morning, and I went to the chiropractor, and just getting out of my, just that shift of that. Like, I went to the chiropractor, went to the grocery store. This is funny because I came home, and then when I was getting ready to do this, I noticed that there was paint on the front of because I'm an artist, there's paint on all of my clothes. And I realized I had wore my shirt inside out to the chiropractor to the grocery store. You would think the chiropractor would have said something to me. Maybe she couldn't see the tag.
Yeah.
But I was like, and I just sat and laughed at myself. It was like hysterical. And I thought, man, the whole world feels a little inside out right now, doesn't it?
It's funny. Sometimes my husband does that, right? He'll wear his shirt inside out, and I'll tell him, your shirt's inside out. And he said, that's okay. It's keeping the ghosts away, or something like that. Like, okay, right?
It's like, that man's crazy. He's wearing his shirt inside out. We won't even go there.
Exactly. Right. So it's like, really, it's such a small little thing, right?
Right.
But who cares?
And like, who cares? Who made that rule up anyway? But I got so tickled at myself, and I was just laughing hysterically. And I was, and then, it was, I realized my energy had shifted, and that it was like just getting out of the house and doing, whatever. It was like that type of, just the energy in that. And I had my granddaughter Saturday. She spent Friday night with me, and I had her Saturday. And, watching through the world through a 3-year-old's eyes, and that, the kindness that she embodies, that she doesn't know she doesn't know to have judgment over things. Like, it's really interesting. I guess I just wasn't aware. I mean, I was already, because when she was little, that was when all my awakening happened. But I'm in a different observer role with my granddaughter.
For sure.
And watching, being so aware, and her, even like, I gave her chocolate pudding, and I don't think anybody else gave her chocolate pudding before. So she was looking at me, and she was going, "This is chocolate?" And I was like, "Yeah. What do you call it? Ice cream?" And I was like, "It's pudding." And she was going, "Chocolate pudding. I like this."
Oh, that's cute.
It was watching even that,
Yeah.
like the program of what that was going into her brain. And her new favorite word is exactly. And she likes the way it sounds, so she likes to say it. And then she would say it, and I would say it back to her and go, "Yes, exactly." And then I was trying to kind of guide her and explaining to her when it is that you use that word, when it, and it's amazing to me that watching a human being learning, and that she does observe everything. And then when it is, like, most of the time, words like that are new to her, she does use them appropriately, because she's heard somebody else say it, and then, like, there's something goes on in her brain and goes, "Oh, I like that, and I can say this when this happens." And you can see it happening. And we're so amazing that way. And then, so that's even like, so where are those programs and those things that we go into autopilot on that really don't serve us?
Yeah, because we're not aware of them.
Right.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. You're not even aware that you've been programmed with whatever those judgments are, or concepts, or things that have been put in. So it's just interesting watching her in that way.
So I want to just ask everybody who is watching now or watching later. So if you're watching now, just type in the Facebook chat, in the whatever under the video, and just let us know, like, when it comes to being kind and kindness, how are you kind to yourself today? Right? And if you're watching later on the replay, just type in replay, and just type in, how were you kind to yourself today? How did you show kindness to yourself today? And some of you may want to know, even like, oh, I never thought about that. I never thought about being kind to myself. I never thought that this morning, for example, I went for a walk with Neo, and I decided to go a longer way, the longer route. And it was so nice and so peaceful and so beautiful. And, and it's like, yeah, that was being kind. And my body likes to move in the morning, right? And it likes to move in the morning. So it's like, so that was kindness to my body, because my body needed to move, right, to get the stiffness out. And it was kindness to me and to Neo, because he loves to go for like long walks. And it was kindness to me because I get to experience the countryside, the fresh air, and everything. And I realized, like, yeah, I have that freedom to make that choice of going for a longer walk instead of just a short 10 minutes. I can go for a good 40-45 minute walk. I have that freedom and that choice because of the choices I've made in the past. And so for me, right, that's like, yeah, I'm being kind to myself by choosing what works for me.
Right. And by choosing those choices, now you have more time to be in the kindness to yourself, to your soul, to your spirit.
Absolutely.
And the more we do that, then the more at peace we are, and the more that we can be the observer in the rest of the world.
And it might seem like a really simple little thing, like, oh, I'm just going for a longer walk. But yeah, how many of you have that opportunity and that chance or that choice to be able to go for a longer walk if you like to do that, because of, for whatever reason? Do you have that opportunity? Have you made those choices so that you have that freedom to choose for yourself, right? That I'm going to go for a longer walk today, right? Have you made those choices? Have you been kind to yourself in that way of letting your soul and your being choose what works for you? Right. And so I realized that, and it's like, yeah, it's like, I'm so grateful for the choices that I am making and I have made, that allow me that freedom, that allow me to make those choices, that allow me to have these experiences. Right. And so instead of saying, it doesn't matter about the instead of, but it's like, those are simple choices, it seems like, but that is also about being kind to you. And when we came back, from the long walk, it's like, okay, I'm tired. I'm like, good. But Neo then was like so playful and so energized, right? And so energetic. And it was just so cute to see him being so playful. And it's like, oh my God, okay, let's play a little bit, because you have this energy now, right? But it was so cute to see him and watch him being so so playful and full of energy. It just made me laugh out loud, and giggle, and like just brought so much joy, into my life this morning, when I was like, just like, it was just so cute, it's like he's so cute, right?
Yeah, it lightens your heart. And and it can be, that's it, one little step. What's the one little thing that you can step into to be that kindness to yourself? It does. Sometimes I think we get in all the overwhelm. There's so much overwhelm in humanity and all that, that we carry, then it's even that can start to be like overwhelming when you start looking at it too big. When it's like, what's the one step of action that you can do for yourself? Just one thing, one little tiny thing, whatever that is, to be kind to yourself. And maybe it's even, being kind to somebody else, a random act of kindness to someone else. Absolutely. And what does that energy bring to you?
And that's the thing, we are always taught to do those random acts of kindness for everybody else, right? But we're never taught to do that for ourselves. So, find a balance where we can do both, right? We can do random acts of kindness for others, but also do for ourselves, and that's the thing, is like, choose both if you can. Don't just do one or the other. And okay? And don't put yourself last anymore. Yeah. And I guess that's a choice. That's a choice we all make, right? But I'm asking you all to like put yourself first. Okay, as much as you can, put yourself first. It's going to make a huge difference. You're going to start to see life in a different way when you start to put yourself first, when you start to be kind to yourself. It's interesting, today is November 9th, right? Tomorrow is November 10th, and then the 11/11 portal is coming. And then on the weekend, on the 14th, is the Indian festival of Diwali. So it's like a big, lots of energy this week.
Yeah.
Right. And a new moon too. Yeah, exactly. Lots of energies. But and so, kindness in this instance would also mean being aware of what your energy field is like. What do you require? What does your body need? Right? Do you need some downtime, or do you need to go out and buy some candles? I'm like, I need to buy candles because we're in a new place. I don't think we have the candles here from the old place. So it's like, oh shoot, because on Diwali we light up the whole house, right? The one day in the year where my husband does not stop me from turning on all the lights. So we turn all the lights on and light candles in every room and all that wonderful stuff, right? So I'm excited for that.
So tell me more. I don't know that much about it. So in a brief little synopsis, what is that energy about?
So it's about being victorious over, light over darkness, goodness over evil, being victorious and honoring that and celebrating that, right? Okay. Celebrating victory over something bad, right? So in this instance, it's like, Ram and Sita. Ram came back with Sita and all that wonderful stuff. But it really is more about, just, and sometimes it's your own inner demons, your own inner habits that don't serve you anymore, don't work for you anymore. So it's about focusing on that wisdom, and letting the light of wisdom shine within you, right?
Oh, I like that, letting the light of wisdom shine.
Yeah, and like letting that shine and spread in all of your being, in your body, in your energy field, in your home. So, you clean the house and everything is, good, and light up all the candles and everything. So, and when you do that, you're also ushering in Lakshmi as well, right? So whatever, the goddess, right? Inviting the goddess into your life and into your home. So I think it's probably the biggest religious festival in India. I could be wrong, I'm not that good. So if somebody knows, tell me, right? But anybody can celebrate. So this is not just for Indian people, right? Like we can all celebrate light, right? We can all celebrate wisdom. We can all celebrate goodness, right? And kindness, right? So that's also about us individually, celebrating the kindness within us, celebrating the light within us, and letting that light shine. Okay. So, I mean, yes, it's one day of the year, but we can do that every day, right? We are always constantly raising our vibration. We talk about that all the time. Raising our vibration. What does that mean? When we're raising our vibration, we're allowing our light, our inner light, to shine more. Right? That's what's happening. Our inner light is expanding and shining more. That's what we're doing when we're raising our vibration. Yeah. And so, that's a constant, regular thing, people. It's not just once in a while. Like you have to maintain your energy field. You have to be aware of your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions. What are you focused on?
Right. Because it's about letting go of that so that you can shine the light, shine the wisdom, the light of the wisdom. And that's when knowledge comes through the heart, through compassion. And that's when it's wisdom. And that's when we're in that consciousness that we shine that out. And then we're not in our head with the scenarios and the judgment, which creates the fear and all of the other stuff that we stay locked into.
But the thing is, you're always radiating your light, whether you are consciously doing it or not. You're constantly radiating your light, your energy, your vibration. It's always constantly going out, right? So that's why it's always important to be aware of, okay, what am I thinking? What am I feeling? What are the emotions? Is my energy up or down? What's going on? And yes, of course, we can always have days when it's like, having a bad day kind of thing, right? But on the whole, are you paying attention? Are you paying attention to you? Are you paying attention to your life? Are you paying attention to your choices? Right? So what are you choosing? Are you choosing to raise your vibration and stay in the light, or are you choosing to, go into fear and chaos and drama and trauma?
Right.
If that works for you, awesome. But maybe something else is possible, right?
Right. Exactly. Well, how is it really working for you with that? Yeah. It's exhausting to the central nervous system.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes we may not even recognize those effects, right? We may not recognize that, how our thoughts, feelings, and emotions have been for years, how they have been affecting our nervous system, our body, our cells, our molecules. you know, and when you start to shift and change that by changing what you eat, by changing what you drink, by changing how you think and what you think about, when you start to meditate, when you start to do energy practices, etc., all that starts to change. And part of that is about taking responsibility, right? Responsibility for your life, responsibility
Right.
for
And that's
you.
the ability to respond to life. It's like, it's not a burden that you carry. And I think sometimes when people hear that word, it feels like a burden because we've been misinformed and misaligned with the word, where it's actually the ability to respond and to be in that place of that in your heart, and the ability to be able to respond from your heart.
And when you're responding from your heart and responding to life, it's more of a flow instead of reacting, right?
It is. It's a web flow. Yeah, it is. It is more of a flow.
Yeah, and when you're in the flow, you're more empowered, and more choices are available to you, meaning you are more aware of the choices that are available to you, the possibilities that are available to you. They're
Yeah, you
always
see the possibilities.
Yeah.
You're more connected. It's like I don't know, it's easier to connect to them and take the step toward the possibilities.
Yeah. Responding to life. I love that. I love how you said that, because it's like, normally, like you said, when people hear the word responsibility, it's so heavy, and people tend to, stay away from that word. I remember in Access, people used to say, oh no, that's so heavy, I don't like that word. It's like, okay, fine, awesome, cool. But responding to life, right? When you're responding to life, you're responding to source, spirit, creator, you're responding to your own energy field, you're responding to what you're aware of. That's so much better and a more empowered state than reacting. When you're reacting, you really don't have much control of anything, right?
No, it just spins out the energy that much more, and then more chaos starts happening. Yeah.
So I love that definition. So I hope somebody can write it in one of the Facebook comments, about responsibility, and it's about responding to life, how you respond to life. So let's talk about how you respond to life. Are you responding to life from a place of empowerment, or from a place of disempowerment, from a place of love? And so, love, a lot of times people don't understand, so we'll just say from a place of allowing, or from a place of fear, right? How are you responding to life? And or are you just reacting to life? So life doesn't happen to you. We've all heard this, right? Life doesn't happen through you. Life is flowing through you, actually, right? Life doesn't happen to you. Nothing happens to you. Life is flowing through you based on the actions, thoughts, feelings, and emotions that you've taken in the past, all the choices you've made in the past. That is what you're experiencing now. Okay? So
yeah, it's a wave. It's like a wave of energy that comes out. You put it out, it comes back to you. It's that infinity wave.
Yeah. So are you flowing with the wave, or are you like, putting up barriers and walls so that you can try and control the wave? Something to ask yourself, right? Something to be aware of, and something to look at. I love this. I can't believe we've never talked about this before. But it's like, so let me ask you, for those of you who are watching live now, or those of you who are watching later, are you responding to life, or are you reacting to life? Be honest. I mean, there's no judgment, right? But when you're being honest with yourself, it's like, yeah, I'm reacting to life. That's going to just start to change the way that you then function moving forward. Now you have that awareness of, I'm reacting. So now, now you know that, okay, I have a choice. I can either respond, or I can continue to react. What feels better?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Notice your energy when that happens. It's like, that's when you start being aware, that you notice your energy and how you feel in the moment. And that may be a way too to when you feel your energy drop, then take a check in and just go, oh, what, where did this come from? What was this a reaction to, of, that created this catalyst that I feel this way in this moment? And then you can witness what it was.
Yeah.
Then it's like, oh, it's a reaction to this. Is it a reaction to the food that you put in your mouth? I ate too much sugar. It's like, I felt the reaction of that in my body, and then it's like, so how do you respond to that? And it's that, then you respond to life in all kinds of ways.
And there are going to be days when you're going to catch yourself and it's like, oh, I'm reacting, I'm not responding. And there are going to be other days when you're like, oh yes, I'm responding to life, and being aware of what's going on. But it's like, but there's no judgment either way. There's no judgment. Just be aware of it, and then you can change it, right? Then you can
Yeah.
choose
Take
something
the little
different.
steps.
Yeah.
Take steps a little bit at a time to see what that is.
So I think I might write that somewhere and put it somewhere. I'm not sure. Are you reacting or are you responding? I love that. It's like a aha just happened. It's like I
Good.
just
I'm
love
glad
it.
you got an awe from it today. That's great. Yay.
Yeah. So who else just got an aha? Or is it just me? I don't know. It might just be me. But yeah. Are you responding
Yeah,
to
and
life or are you
I mean,
reacting?
like you've been you responded, you moved, the energy that you've been in that way, which creates creation and
Mm-hmm.
what the next opportunity is. And then that's when we're in the divine flow with our divine timing. And
Yeah.
we're in that energy of that.
And so, it's really important too, I was thinking about this earlier before we got on the live call. It's like, do you even know what it is you want? Do you know what it is that you want to experience, to do, be, have? Are you aware of that? Or, and is it yours, right? So a lot of times we think, yeah, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to have this, I want to have that, but is that yours or is that something you've picked up from family, friends, the collective, etc., right? It may not even be yours. So really take a look. I mean, we're now November 9th, right? So 2020 is almost at an end. But really take a look at, what do you want? What is it that you want? Right. And so like my husband and I, we had been talking about, we wanted to move to the country, we wanted to have a place out in the country, but for months, right? Since I don't know, February, and not February,
Yeah,
May.
you've been talking about it. I've heard you in your
Yeah, yeah.
manifestation of it that you were ready for that.
Yeah, we were for a long time. Then we finally, and then this happened, and we just found it, and it's like, oh my God, it just happened quickly. Is this the end all be all? Is this the final destination? No, but it was the next step that was good for us at this time, right? But already, this is so funny. We've been here a week and a half, maybe something like that, or a week, I don't know. But already we're talking about, we're still looking at places, and my daughter's like, you just moved, why are you still looking at places, or like properties, or like areas, etc.? Well, yes, it's because we want to, like if something comes forward that we want to buy, in the next 3 years, we want to be ready. So yeah, we're still looking. So this is
Right,
not
see what's out
this.
there. And sometimes a move does that. It's like it creates that energy for you. It's the catalyst of it to what is the next opportunity that comes in. And then it's
Yeah.
like, oh, there's more. There's something else out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is great for now, and we love it. I'm so grateful that we found it, and it happened so quickly. It's like, oh my God, and it's like perfect, right? But I also know that it's not the last move. Like we know we want something else, greater, bigger. Just something else later. But for now, this is awesome, and I'm so grateful. It's like, oh my God, I don't know how it happened. I just got lucky.
Actually, when you said that, I know that it's like I saw you building. It's like that, like maybe you find the land and then I
Mm,
saw you like creating what, it felt like that, like a
yeah,
new development was the word that I heard. And it
yeah.
was like I saw you like standing back, looking at the land, and there's like a new development coming. Now, that
Mhm.
could just be the image that they gave me, and it's just the symbol of it. But
Yeah.
it was like, there's a new development.
Exactly, right? So it's
Yeah.
like, who knows, right? So that's just one thing that we know that we want, and luckily my husband and I are on the same page about it, thank God, right? So that is one thing that I know I want, right? And but what else, right? It's not just like, that's one area of our life, but we want other things too. We want to, experience other things, do more with our businesses, travel more. I love to travel. He does not. He's a homebody, but I love to travel, right? So all those things are things that, when we can travel, are things that I want to be able to do, And so you have to have them in your mind, in your awareness of what it is that you want, so that you can start to work towards calling them forward. But it's not just about that, but it's about making it happen, right? So, this place, it just came, up on the thing on like a Tuesday, and we saw the listing, and we called right away and said, we'd like to see it, and then we saw it on Friday, and Friday night it was ours, right? So
Oh,
that's how
wow. It
quick.
was that fast. I knew you said it happened really fast. That
Yeah.
was fast.
But that's how quick it can be, right?
It can be.
If you know what you want, right? You have to know what you want. So I know I'm kind of stressing that point a little bit, but I think a lot of people, they don't know what they want. So it really is important to start to get clear, but it doesn't mean that it's not written in concrete. It's not, it's like it can change, right? So don't be afraid of saying, oh, I want this. It's okay. You can change it.
Yeah, that's this or something better that we
Mhm.
set this, we put the seeds out, and then, you get to find out what's going to grow from the seeds that you plant.
Yeah, exactly. And so we knew that we had wanted to leave the city, which we did. And I told you about the terrorist attacks there, on last week, and it's like, yeah, it's like, yeah, we moved out at the perfect time. My husband kept saying, I want to be out of the city by November 1st. I want to be out of the city by November 1st. I don't know why he was getting that, but that's what he kept getting. And then we were out by November 1st. Right. And then that happened, at the same time. So it's like, what does he know?
Yeah, it's almost like he claimed it. Yeah, it's like he claimed it, he declared it, and then it all just starts coming in together. And sometimes we do have to claim it, declare it for ourselves, and then you turn it over and let spirit work the magic and bring it all to you, align you to your destiny.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I love how Carrie is saying mostly responding.
I know. I saw that, and then I was like, okay. I was trying to find her, and I was like, okay, which page is that on? I had so many
it's on mine. But she says
I saw it too, and I was like, okay. I was waiting for you to take a breath in there, and it's like, yeah, because I was like, that's beautiful. And then somebody gave themselves a gift for
Angelica.
Yeah, now I've lost it. I was like, I saw it a while ago, and then it was like, okay, which page was that on? We have like between our personal pages, our business pages, and then there's two for the expanded view. It's like it's kind of
I know,
a bunch
right?
of them to keep up with. I know. It's almost like I need to put 2 or 3 computers up here in front of me.
Yeah, but the thing is, like Carrie says, mostly responding, but still falling into reacting at times. Absolutely, that's normal. So don't judge that. It's like it's good to know, good to be aware of it, right? That happens, and we all do that. It's like we all are, want to be responding more and more, but sometimes we are going to fall into reacting. That's okay. So just notice it, be aware of it, and say, okay, next time, if I have this type of situation again, I'm going to respond.
Yeah, and there's a part of the, moving through the stuff, through your things, the initiation, that sometimes that, when you hit that and the reaction comes, that there's more to clear. And that means, okay, there's a reaction here. So if there is a reaction and there's a trigger within you and you see that you're doing that, then you have an opportunity to clear whatever that is. When you look at that as, oh, this is just showing me I was still carrying this and I didn't know I was carrying it. And then you move through it a whole lot faster. Like each one of those things come a whole lot faster. I put some kind of little meme on my business page that it was like the stages of spiritual awakening. I don't even know who wrote it. I liked it when I saw it, and I reposted it. And then it asked, which stage are you in? And then it was the hermit, and then the stage of clearing your trauma, and then being in the state of creator, which is what we're talking about with responding.
Right.
And I thought, I don't always go through those. Lots of times I go back into the hermit, where it's like, I don't want to be talkative. I don't want to listen to the mundane. I just want to be in my space. And I thought, this is leaving the observer out. It's like, when have you, I call it the hermit, but maybe I'm just going into the observer, and I thought, I don't always go back through the trauma again. Or if I am, it's happening so quick that I don't, that it's not taking me down for a day or two, and I'm not carrying it around. It's like, I notice it, I sat with it, and then it's gone, and then you're back in creating again.
And that's the thing. We don't have to stay in a certain phase for a long time anymore, right? Everything is happening so quickly. Everything is moving so quickly. The energy is moving so quickly that you don't have to be healing, clearing, etc. for days, weeks, months. No, sometimes it is just having that awareness, and that's it. That's all that's required. Having the awareness and choosing something different, that's all that's required. And sometimes we can do that a couple of times in a day. Right?
Exactly.
Moving through those phases.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, it's so funny. It's so funny when with little kids, they're so cute and they're so innocent and they're so like they're so much more aware sometimes than we are,
Mhm.
It's like,
Yeah. When I noticed
mm.
Lorelai was saying exactly, and I was like, "Is that a new word?" And she went, "Exactly." And
Yeah,
I said, "Is that
exactly.
your new favorite word?" Exactly. It's like she just likes the way it sounds when she does it. And I thought, I don't know how much words that she's used with X's in it yet, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like she's really
Probably not that many. I mean, how many are there, right? Exactly. Xylophone, X-ray, which is not the same. But I was never a teacher, so I don't know. All right. So I just wanted to share really quickly, like last week, I didn't do any live shows last week because of just the
You didn't have any internet. You were moving.
I didn't have internet. I didn't have heat either when we first got the place. So we were in transition moving wise. So we had to reschedule all the shows from last week in case anybody was wondering, like, where are all the shows? What's going on? So they're all being rescheduled. So this week, we have 4 shows coming up this week on the Laura Canfield Show. Teresa V tomorrow, and then Marlena Johnson, and then Sarah Messiah, and then Monique Hunt. We always have such a good time with Dr. Monique. So much fun. But with Teresa, we have fun with all of these guests. So it's like, I'm so looking forward. So it's going to be a busy week. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, sounds like you got a busy week.
Yeah, there'll be shows every day, plus as well as my membership call, which is coming up in 20 minutes, as well as my HDHI calls on Tuesday and Friday. And then hopefully somewhere in there, I'm going to go and get some stuff from the old place. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. If nothing else, I need my tea bags, I need my hair dryer, I need my
essentials: tea bag, hair dryer, and candles.
Exactly. Oh, thank you. Yes, and the candles. Yes, definitely need those for Saturday. Yeah. So what's going on with you, Kimberly?
I'm on a summit tomorrow that's called Life is Art. It's Deb Epstein, and that one it's one of those pre-recorded ones, and then and so it's based on creativity. There's a lot of artists on it, so there's a lot of techniques with that type of stuff. There's a lot of those coming out now, or either that or I just got in the circuit of it, and so now I get the offers to be on them because it's like artists bringing in ascension through codes and the energy work that that we're saying that we're doing. It's like we knew we were doing it, and it's like, okay, we got to let these people understand what this art really is and how it what it does in your environment when you place it in it. So I'm on that, and then I'm doing 1111 Gateway, which is actually all the way. It's those transmissions, when I do the transmission grids. I think that was in one of my last package with you. But when I do the transmission grids, and this is all the way from 1111 to 1122. And so it's going to be connected to anchoring your destiny codes, and that we're in this time and to activate this. So there's going to be 2 calls with me, and then the 11 days of the daily transmissions. Nice. So I might have put that on. I don't know if I put it on this page, but it's on my pages, how to sign up for that. It's only $22, and that's usually like, of all of that together would normally be like 176 if you like bought each one of those individually. So I felt it. See, that was that responding. Yeah. I usually do a call on 1111. And then I was really feeling it like a week ago to create this, and it hadn't even, like, all of the pictures of the puzzle hadn't even went in. I just knew it needed to be created, to just create this. And then now we're in this, uncertainty with destiny and where is it and the wobble of it and all of that. And it's like, that's listening to spirit. And then, you know, I was feeling it like, why was it I feeling so strong? People need to be supported with their destiny right now. And then, you know, then look at the world. It's like, I just love it when it all works out like that. It's like, oh, wow. Yeah. And that's that. And that's how the creations come in. You may get a word or just a one thing, and then like I sat down to do one thing, and then it evolved into something else and something else, you know, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay, this is being created now. So that's how it works.
That's how you respond to life, right? That's about responding to energy, responding to life, responding to the insights that you're getting, the messages that you're getting, to source, etc. That's responding instead of reacting to.
Right.
Yeah, I love it. Awesome. Good.
Yeah. And that, you know, I actually, I don't mean to sound, this is observation, but I've noticed that how many light workers, you know, us that are carrying this energy in, and I've been seeing it on Facebook the last day or two, and how upset they are with all of these things. And it's just like, take a breath, people, and know that we don't have to be controlled by any of this. And that the way we change the world is us, through our own heart. And then that expansion goes out, and then, you know, we all raise up, and then we don't have to be in this window. There's other windows to go higher and to look at things from a different perspective.
Love it. Absolutely. Yeah, we can choose, you know, to look at things in a different way, from a different perspective, from a higher view, a more expanded view.
Yes, the more expanded view. Exactly. I think exactly is going to be my new word right now too.
There you go. All right.
Awesome. Use it enough. Yeah.
Good. All right, so that's a wrap for us for this week. So thank you so much, everybody who is watching live or listening live or watching on the replay or listening on the replay. Thank you. We so appreciate you. And I you know, our conversation today is about, you know, responding to life and being kind to you, being kind to others, being kind to the planet, being kind to your pets and animals, but mostly it's just being kind, right? Where's the kindness, right? Show me the kindness, right? So
yeah, show me the kindness.
Yeah. So how have you been kind to yourself today? Whenever you watch or listen to this, how have you been kind to yourself today? Share in the comments. Okay. Awesome.
Okay.
Good. Thank you, everyone. Until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all much love and blessings always.
Thank you for being the gift to humanity that you are.
Bye for now.